Hi. Have you ever had one of those weeks where everything just seemed to go wrong? It's like having a disaster that you just didn't know was going to happen. This week alone, I've had my son in hospital, my stepmum in hospital, and even an employee in hospital. Not the kind of week that I was planning for. Now, it's not a disaster at the scale of what happened in Queensland earlier this year with the floods and the cyclones, and it's certainly not to the scale of the fires that happened down in Victoria a few years ago. But it was enough to disrupt my week and to potentially disrupt the business performance overall. Because as a business owner, when you get distracted, things don't work out quite the way you planned for them for that week. Now, thank God all of them are okay and all discharged from hospital, but the reality is, what would have happened if it wasn't such good news? Do I have an adequate disaster plan in place to compensate or cover off on these kind of issues should they arise? Not many of us have actually sat down and thought about what would happen in the event of losing a staff member, let's say. Pretend it's a real key employee. Now, we've just had a situation this week where one of our key employees has become injured. Thank God he's okay, and he will be okay, but he can't work for a period of time. So we have to put our disaster plan in place as to how we're going to keep the business performing without him here. Is your business prepared for that? Are you prepared if a key business person or employee in your business couldn't come to work tomorrow? It's not something we want to happen. It's not something we think will happen, because after all, we think we're all invincible. Some ways you can combat this, not only with a plan as to what would happen in the event that their work can't be performed. What, have you ever considered key man insurance? Are they a person important enough should something happen in your business that they could be insured and your business can keep going so that you can cover the cost of replacing them perhaps? Have you actually sat down and planned what would happen if your business caught fire tomorrow? We had a situation here only in the last couple of weeks where a business just downstairs caught fire. Now they've been closed, they're now reopened, which is great because it wasn't too much damage. But the fear and the thought process went through our head, what if that fire wasn't caught in time? And where would our business be had we not had those plans in place? It covers off things like, so our plan covers off things like the protection of the data, the protection of your assets and so forth, and what would I do in the event that I couldn't open for business tomorrow. You see, disasters don't creep up on you in the sense you know where they're going to happen, you know how to plan for them. They just happen. Are you prepared for it? If not, I highly recommend you speak to someone sooner rather than later, because you don't want tomorrow to be the day the disaster happens and you're not planned for it.